Hi creators and welcome back to the channel. I'm Sophie and today I'm walking you through how I organise my scanned artwork and digital designs. So if you're an artist who wants to sell your prints or share your artwork on any of the socials like Pinterest or Instagram, then this system I'm hoping will help you streamline all of that work. So the first thing I do is create an art portfolio. And inside that, every single project will get its own dated folder. For example, 2025 07 Hippo with hibiscus. And basically that just keeps all my projects in order, especially as I start to build up a body of work. So let's zoom into the folder structure. So inside the art portfolio and inside my dated Hippo and hibiscus, I then have another 6 folders. So let me show you what lives inside each of these folders so you can properly visualize how it works for me. So inside the originals is basically my officially scanned in piece of artwork, such as this one, which is my Hippo and hibiscus design. It also has all my extra little bits that I do to track and snap pictures of my artwork process and progress. So that is basically what sits inside my originals. And then we've got the edits, which is basically all my Affinity Live folders, such as my pattern file for my hibiscus, my art print, the block, and also the square file for social media as well. So if I open up my pattern file, it makes it much easier for me to be able to just quickly dive into the actual raw editable files for me then to change anything if necessary, or maybe I want to amend a color, and that just basically helps me keep track of everything. So for example, I have a gray hippo here, and this live raw uneditable file just makes sense that it sits inside this folder structure. So the next folder we have exports, and these are the finished sort of ready to go files. So if I was going to go onto Redbubble, for example, and upload my pattern file, then this JPEG is what I would use to be able to do that. Same goes for the art print Hippo size as well. So those are the exports. Next one up is the social media. I haven't got around to social media for the Hippo yet, but that's what would live in there. Any of the mock-ups, which I have a backpack, which is really cute, and also a pouch, which I think looks really, really sweet and perfect for any little girl that has her little makeup bag or pencils or anything like that. So that's generally how I keep my mock-up files. And then the promotional raw materials are the live documents that I would use to create the social media campaigns as well. My biggest tip here is to use clear, consistent file names. So for example, in the Hippo, it is like block file, Hippo and hibiscus, pattern file, Hippo and hibiscus. And that just keeps it much easier to track, and also just keep a consistent naming convention for all your files, basically. So one of the biggest tips I can give you is to actually create a template file. And inside the template file exists already those six folders. Basically, you just copy and paste the template file, change the name, and you're away with the wind. And that just makes it much easier to streamline everything. Now, I have a bonus tip as well. Another one, because I'm just that of a giving human. And that basically is to create another master file folder. You might be thinking, Sophie, I've already got one template. Why do I need another one? And it's because sometimes you just need it to be super quick. You don't have to use this. I use it from time to time. I don't always use it. But if you do use it, my best advice would be to stay consistent with it. And that is to basically create a master folder, which basically has like your raw art prints, your ready to go art prints, and all of your social media assets. And it's just very quick then, because for example, like when you're scheduling your next couple of weeks of Instagram material, for example, you can just go straight into that one folder instead of having to go into like 2025, hippo, blah, blah, blah. So in that way, it just makes it easier. Now, in 2 or 3 years' time, when you have something you want to look back on and you're like, oh, I painted a hippo at some point in time, then that's when that bigger folder structure really comes in useful, because you will have a large amount of work at some point, and having it all in just scattered in one folder just doesn't make sense. So I hope that kind of explains why these two folder structures work sort of in parallel to each other. So let me quickly show you what that folder looks like as well. Now inside the master folder, I have 3 folders, and these are the original art scans, social media assets, and the art prints that are ready to upload. So let's dive into looking at what this actually looks like. So inside our art prints, these are the ones that are ready to go immediately. I've got my bee print, we've got the pineapple, I love this pineapple, and then we've also got my beautiful hippo as well. The original art scans, which is everything that I've ever scanned in, and then my social media assets as an example. So it could be like your stories, your social media posts, more stories. And that is basically it. And inside here, you can have as many as you want, because this really is just a dumping ground for everything that matches that criteria. So then when you need to, you can quickly just come here and go, okay, social media, yeah, that one. Instead of having to go into each and every one of them and go, okay, social media. I know when I started, I felt really overwhelmed with all my files, so I hope this helps you and this system really simplifies things for you. I've included a free downloadable folders template below so you can get started right away. Give it a try and let me know how it works for you. And if you want more creative systems like this, hit that subscribe button and I will see you next week. As always, create within and go beyond.